So what you're going to be doing today is solving some division problems, but some real life division problems, some division problems that maybe the maths is hidden within the words. It's important to take your time with these ones and don't expect to understand what the question's asking you to do straight away. I'll give you a little bit of advice. The first one here says there are 1,360 children at school. A quarter of the children walk to school. How many children walk to school? There's a lot of words there, there's a lot of information, but actually if you just pull out the maths and think, well, okay, well, I know there's 1,360, and I know that I've got to be doing something with a quarter. Okay, I can do this because a quarter, remember a quarter is just the same as dividing by 4, just the same as a half is the same as dividing by 2, just the same as 172 is the same as dividing by 72. So a quarter of children, or what was children again? It was this one. So that's just going to be 1,360 divided by 4. Or you may have also remembered, if you want to do it even shorter way, you may remember that we talked before about a quarter being the same as halving it and halving it again. So you may think, well, actually, can I just work out what a half of 1,360 is and then do half of that again? But I reckon the best way to do it is just short division. If I find out what 1/4 is, I found out a quarter of the children walk to school. So how many? Well, it's going to be the answer to whatever that is. Okay, I'll leave you to do that one. That's just short division. Juan has saved his pocket money for 5 weeks. He gets the same pocket money every week. He has saved 16.65. How much pocket money does Juan get each week? There's a lot of information there. So we know it's got something to do with the number 5 because he's been saving it for 5 weeks. Well, okay, so each week of those is equal, so that's an equal amount. And he's managed to get 1665. Well, if he's in total, if he now has 1665 and he's been doing it for 5 weeks, well, actually, let's divide that by 5 then. Because if in 5 weeks he's got 16.65 and he's got the same amount each week, we can work out how much you got in each week. So 1 week, 2 week, 3 week, 4 week, 5 week, if they're all the same and they all equal 16.65, how much did you get every week? This is what we need to do. Just remember here to add your decimal in straight away. And then again, short division. No, it's not going to go into 5 once. How many times does it go into 16? It goes into 16 3 times because it goes into 15 with 1 left over because 3 times is 15, 1 left over, and so on. I'll let you carry on with that one. Okay, so that's my advice. They get slowly harder. There's a couple of pages of them. But I know that a lot of children, well, a lot of people, that's not fair, a lot of children, myself included, sometimes when you see these questions, Tom is running a 6-kilometre race. He has 1/3 of the race so far. He has run 1/3 of the race so far. How many more kilometres does Tom have left to run? That might just freak people out and say, I'm not going to bother doing that. But just take down what's going on. Just take down what you know so far. You know total is 6 kilometre. He's ran 1/3 of that. So that's going to be 1 divided by 3. But 1 divided by 3, that's hard. How are we going to do that, Mr. Dobson? Well, sorry, 6 divided by 3, wasn't it? It's going to be 6 divided by 3. But that's not going to be my answer because I want to know if he's run, this is what he's ran so far. That's what he's ran so far. Okay. What else can I do here? I know. He's got to run 6 kilometre. He's run 1/3 already, which means, okay, so he's got 2/3 to go. Okay, that makes more sense. So if I work out what this number is, I need to know what the remaining amount is here. Okay, well, have a think about how you're going to do that one. Because he's run 1/3 already. How far left has he got to run? Well, he's got to run 2/3 more. So work out what 1/3 is straight away, first of all, and then do 6 kilometers take away, whatever that answer is. Okay, it's going to be a bit easier. So you see what I mean? That didn't seem to make sense at the beginning, but all I did is I wrote the numbers around, I played with them for a bit, and then I worked out what it was I had to do. A few things to remember. This one, how much pocket money? Remember that we're working with money here. So in your answers, whatever your answer is, don't forget to put the pound sign is. This one, we're working with kilometres. We're working with kilometres. So don't forget to write kilometres at the end. They get progressively harder. There's nothing too nasty. I mean, when we get down to the last one, you just got to take it bit by bit. So when you get to question mark, this is a nice question actually. I'm thinking of a 3-digit number. Okay, 1, 2, 3. 3-digit number. When I divide it by 5, I am left with a remainder of 3. Okay, so we're left with a remainder of 3. Okay. When I divide it by 10, this is really hard. I'm left with a remainder of 8. It rounds to 200 to the nearest 100. That means it's going to be somewhere between 150 and 249, because when you round those to the nearest 100, it's 200. So any number between 150 and 249, it has 100. What? It has 100. I'm not sure what that means. What could my number be? So you've got to try and work it out. I think there's more than one answer here. And then create your own problem. It says for your partner, but create your own problem like that one. Try to work out what that means. It has 100. They missed out a word there, haven't they? Can you work it out then? Just using those first clues. I think we need to delete that one. It has 100. It has 100 what? Okay. Take your time with these. I will set you some other questions as well, some extension ones, and if you need some practice ones, I'll set some practice ones again. All right, and let me know how we get on at 12 o'clock.